All right, let me grab Katie Fraser. I'm so excited. And by the way, when she came on, so we all meet like ahead of time in the studio and talk and make sure like, that's why we were a little bit late, because making sure like, all the technical difficulties are sorted out. Katie Fraser is so cute, guys. She has like blue hair. It's so cute. I was like looking at her hair and I was like, I wish I could have blue hair. I want blue hair so bad. But my day job is a software engineer, and I don't know if I could pull off blue hair in a boardroom, but I love it. It's so cute. All right, Katie, I'm going to bring you on. She's probably like, girl, what are you doing? Here we go. Look at her hair. See? It's so great. I love her
It was
hair.
green a while ago. It's
Oh,
faded out though. I need to
I love it.
redo it.
I love it. Oh, someone says, I want purple hair. Oh, people are saying they love the lives. Oh, people are saying they've missed
Uh,
these. Oh, yay. Awesome. Okay, so it's just exciting to see all the nets. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for being on the show. You actually look extremely technical, like, with your
Yeah,
headset and
and
your background. Like, you look like you're in the know. So tell us what's going on behind you.
yeah, my husband does 3D printing. He has a whole YouTube channel, and I'll turn this a little bit. Back there is like all of his like YouTube stuff. So,
Oh my gosh.
it looks a mess in here, and so it's, but it's
Awesome.
fine. It's
I
totally
wish
fine.
I had that like geeky techie space behind me. Like I have an old antique couch and like a quilt that's like 60 years old sitting back there.
I
And you're
love
like, there's
antique
my
furniture.
books, like it's like, yeah, yours is way better than mine. Anyways, all right. Well, so I first met you in the ARC chat.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
because you were already in the group, but you had, and I hadn't really, no offense. It wasn't that I didn't notice you.
Oh
It's just there's a
no,
lot of people in the
there's
group.
so many people in there that like there's no way that you could meet and interact with every single one of them.
No, you can't. And like, so we were in the community chat, the ARC chat, right, where you can go. We have them every Wednesday. We had one today. People go sign up, and somebody had complained. It happens a lot, right? They join the chat and they're upset because they get notifications.
How did I get in here? Take
How
me
did I
out.
get in here? Why am I in this one? I'm in so many Facebook groups, and every single one. Do you know how many groups I've left? Like I get all those
Yeah.
comments. And you were so sweet because someone dropped one of those comments and you beat me to it because I was about to go back like, okay, sorry that you're on the chat and you don't want to be, go change your notifications. There's not a lot I can do as an
Yeah.
admin, yada, yada, yada. And you got on there and you're like, doop, here's where you go, boop, 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 change your notifications. And it was so sweet. And I messaged you after it and I just
Yeah.
said, thank you.
Yeah.
So thank
Cuz
you.
I feel so like people get unnecessarily snarky about it. Like it's
They
just
get
like you
so
just have to
mad.
leave. Like I don't
They're so mad. They're just like, why? And like, there's only so much, and people love
Yeah.
those chats. Actually, I actually
Yeah.
get
I
I,
love them.
I get every week. I get people saying I miss the chat, or like today I had
Yeah.
two authors message me and say I miss the
Yeah.
chat to drop my arc, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We have a post in the announcements, but
Yes.
I can't reopen the chat. It'd be bloody
Yeah,
murder
no.
if I did.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, well, enough about the chat. Let's talk
Oh,
about
it's
you
fine.
and your books. So tell me what you write, what your books are, all that jazz.
Um, so I put out my debut in October.
Right.
It's Found by Chance. It is
Yay.
a so this one's medium dark. I call it medium. It's not like dark dark, but it is like there's like kidnapping and stuff like that that goes on. So, it is a medium dark fantasy why choose romance with male intimacy in it. And it is the first in a series. The second one should be coming out in June, and then I'm hoping to have the last one out in November.
Right.
Um, and so it was sparked by a dream that I had. Like I just woke up and I was like, I need to write this down. And I started writing it a little less than a year ago and then published it in October. And since then, I have had three monster romance novellas come out. One of them is a male female sweet and spicy. Krampus novella, and then I have Frosted Nightmares, which is loosely based on Jack Frost and Pitch Black aged up from Rise of the Guardians, and it's an MMF. And then I have Nocturnal Valentines, which just came out last month, and it is a non-traditional shifter romance with a badger, a fox, and a raccoon. And that and Frosted Nightmares are a little on the darker side.
Right.
And then I have one coming out the 26th, called Libra Blessed, which is a interconnected world. It's myself, and Sam Lucas, and
Oh, Sam Lucas.
course, a bunch of their names are evading me right now. Rochelle Bonifay is one of them.
Right.
And so it's an interconnected world. They're all standalones. You don't have to read all of them to know what's going on. They center around one singular event. And for mine, it is a dark reverse harem with 5 male mates with male intimacy, and the main female character. So
Right.
those are the books that I have out now, and then like I said, I'm trying to get the rest of the Fatebound saga done by the end of the year. So
Wow. That's you got a lot going on.
yeah. It's a
And you said
little
you just
intense. Oh, your
when did you
sound cut
start?
out.
I did.
Okay, you're good now. You're good now.
Oh
It
my
like
gosh.
completely cut for a second. I couldn't hear you.
So you said you just started. Like you have all
Yeah.
that stuff and you just started.
Yeah. So my goal this year was actually to write one monster novella a month. But then Libra really like weighed me down and getting it done and getting it out, because a lot of people don't know this, but on Amazon, in order for you to set up a pre-order, you have to stick to that pre-order date, because if you don't stick to the pre-order date, then you get your pre-order privileges revoked. And so it's super important that you do that. And I started to panic that I wasn't going to get like Libra out in time and get because I set the pre-order up for that like in October. And
Mhm.
so yeah, it was just a lot. Like it was a lot. And I still have a plan for a couple more monster novellas throughout the course of the year, but I am slowing down on them and then probably going to pick back up on them in 2025. So,
Wow. Well,
yeah,
as you were talking, someone just commented, this is like the sweetest thing. They said, you guys are making me want to get my laptop out and keep writing.
do it.
Do
Do
it.
it. It's
Right?
so
Do
like, even
it.
if it's just for you, like it's so worth it. Like,
It's so
and
worth it.
the authors corner group is super super nice, and everybody's
Oh,
very helpful
yay.
in there. And so it's
That makes me happy.
a great little community of authors. So I highly recommend joining that and checking that out. So
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've heard a lot. I've got a lot of feedback from authors that it's a very non-judgmental space,
yeah,
and that's awesome. That's
yeah,
what I wanted. So that's great.
yeah,
So the book that you just held up a second ago,
yeah.
Bound by, hold it up,
Chance. Yeah,
Bound by Chance. I
yeah.
actually
This is
started that
my
this afternoon.
yeah.
I
It
like it.
it's my baby. It is
I
like
like it.
it's yeah, it's a I like to call it accessible fantasy. It's like it takes place in a high fantasy world, but it's not so much that like people who've never read fantasy can't understand what's happening. You
Right.
may need to look up like what a manicore is if you don't know what that is, but like other than that, like it's easy to follow along with. So it's a
Yeah,
fairly
well,
easy
because
magic system. And
it starts off in our modern world, right?
yeah,
And
yes.
initially, right?
And
So
then
I
she gets
did,
whisked away. So
that's where I got to. And I actually was like, I want to keep reading, but I
yeah,
can't because I've got to read the other authors before
yeah, 4 o'clock. Yep.
my lunch break. Like it's been a whirlwind, man. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed what I've read
Yeah.
so far, and I'm planning to pick it back up. So that's
Um,
some praise.
Book
for
2 is gonna
sure.
be darker. It is gonna be a good bit darker, than the first one because some stuff's about to go down. I am in the process of writing that one, and it's yeah, it's just it's my baby. I like the other books that I've written, and I really like Libra. Libra is it is dark. There are a lot of triggers, and it is very spicy, like
That's what I was
50%.
about to ask you,
Like,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, because it's a white
So
choose. So white
yeah,
choose inherently,
yeah.
typically, there's very
Especially
few
as a
white chooses I've read
standalone,
that
like
aren't.
you have
Yeah,
to get right into it if it's a standalone. And
right, pretty quick.
because Bound by Chance is one of my reviewers described it as a painfully slow burn, so just as a heads up, which
Oh,
it is. And even my husband, he
I
makes
like a
fun of
slow
me.
burn.
He's like, you didn't get to anything good until like three quarters of the way through the book.
So he's read it. He's read your book.
Yeah.
Your husband. Oh, that's awesome.
We're
Yeah, I
actually
started
getting
right.
ready to
Sorry.
narrate. We're getting ready to narrate some books together, including my books. So we're going
Oh,
to be working it because like audiobook narration is so stinking expensive.
it
um,
is.
and we already have a lot of the equipment that we need from like his YouTube stuff, so we're getting ready to narrate. So
Well, you've already said two things I want to talk about when we have our panel going at the end after
yeah.
we talk to Chandel. I want to talk about audiobook narration, and I want to talk about the pre-orders, and I want to
Yes.
talk about reviews and
Yes.
ratings and how important those
Yes.
are and what that
Oh my god,
means.
so important. If you guys love an
All
author,
that.
go review them.
Yeah, seriously. We'll talk about all of that when we have the
Yeah.
panel. So yeah, so like I said, I started it this afternoon and actually I really enjoyed it and I would have kept reading if I didn't have to prepare for this, which is
Yeah.
that's high
Yep.
praise. I actually because you know in my group I have the positivity rules and we don't really talk
Mhm.
about DNFs or negative
Yeah.
all that. But I actually there's a lot of books I pick up that I don't continue on with because
Yeah.
there's so many I have to read. So like
Yeah.
if I don't get hooked relatively early on, it's like, okay, I'll try this on another day. Let me grab this one because there's so many authors' books that I'm always going through.
Yeah.
So,
Nope,
the
I get
fact that
it.
I would have kept is, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, I
good.
appreciate that so much.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, well, thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
on. Is there anything
Thank you
else you
for
wanted to
doing
say
this.
real quick before I pull in Chandel and then we'll have our panel? We can have more time to talk then too. Are you
Um,
good?
you well, just real quick, you should go pre-order Libra Blessed, and
Yes.
join my Facebook group, which is Katie Fraser Readers, because I if I get up to 40 pre-orders, which is a lot, before the 26th, then I'm gonna do a little schmiveaway for
Schmivaway.
a book box for Nocturnal Valentines, which is one of my novellas that just came out. So
That's awesome. I love that
yeah.
schmivaway. They do that on Book
Well,
Talk. I hear a
yeah,
schmivaway.
it's because I don't know what Facebook like likes and doesn't like in their lives, and I don't know what's gonna get flagged. So
I appreciate that. There's a lot of people don't realize, and we'll talk about that too in the panel. Like a lot of
yeah,
people don't realize that posting links in Facebook doesn't do very well.
yeah.
So like a lot of times we're removing posts and saying to do it without the link, and they think we're being mean, but we're doing it so it has better post reach.
No,
So more
it
people can
puts
see the
mine
post.
in post jail whenever I comment with my links sometimes, and it has to be approved by a modmin, which makes extra work for you guys. So
Yeah. 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 It goes to spam for us. So,
yeah. Yep.
anyways, all right. Well, thank you, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Bye.